Teddy, welcome, mate. Thanks for joining us.
Woo.
We'll get straight into it, and I'll let TJ lead the way because you guys have known each other for such a long time.
We have.
Kicked off in Adelaide. How old were you guys when you first met?
It would have been. How old would we have been?
It would have been like maybe 5 years ago. I want to say, like, yeah.
So Teddy and I met through kind of like the modelling scene in Adelaide. I remember it was actually at Plant for Bowden, I think.
Yeah.
And
we did runway
romper
shows.
Yeah, we did. We did a runway show in like a romper.
Yeah, romper, men's one piece.
Like a men's one piece romper.
I actually continued to wear that after
that
I mean, there's a Daily Mail article about me wearing that.
Are you serious?
True story.
100%.
Yeah, Google it, Teddy Briggs romper.
What was the occasion?
A few occasions, like. Actually, I've been featured. There's been more than one article about me
in the romper.
Yeah, months apart. Like, yeah.
What?
One time I was wearing it on TV. The second time I was wearing a different one in Bali. And
was
when
that
I
when
was, because I used to be quick little.
Tell us
story.
a bit of your background, because I heard you were in finance. You all started in finance.
Yeah, start from there, Teddy.
Yeah.
How far do you guys want me to start? Like from like.
So I was a baby.
Because I used to be a baby, and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you went to high school, and then how was high school for you then?
Very bad. Like I just hated high school. Like
it seems to be a common theme here. Everyone seems to be hating high school.
But that's how you get a chip on your shoulder, like, and it wasn't just about like, kids at school and stuff like that. I had a very interesting like family dynamic, and that kind of thing. So I really wasn't loving life. I had terrible grades in school. I didn't like being there. I was a loser. I wasn't in the, in the popular
cool
group.
Kids group.
Wasn't in the cool kids group. I just, like had no motivation for it. I dropped out when I was 16 years old and started doing telemarketing.
Oh, sales.
Welcome
to the real world, motherfucker.
Yeah. So
that's tough, bro.
Telemarketing.
Like, straight into telemarketing.
So like, are we talking like Optus, Telstra?
Telstra, baby.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Tell me more.
Let me give you one of these phone plans, baby.
Did you have a script?
Yeah, we had a script, and
do you remember what it was?
I loved it, bro, and I was good at it straight away.
Really?
Like, like within a couple weeks, I was like getting up like top seller sort of guy. I had a natural. Yeah. I had a natural talent.
What do you think made you stand out, or what made you good at that role?
I love to talk to people, and also I just liked it. I enjoyed it. People go to work and they just sort of get through the motions of a day. Versus I think that I was like, okay, how much money can I make today? Like, yeah. I've got this amount of time. Like, let's go hard, right? So. I was just motivated. I liked it. I did that for a little while.
Do you think maybe, circling back to your high school life when you said you weren't in the cool group or anything like that? Obviously
difference now.
Judgment. Yeah, well, that's right.
Got like a cult following.
Yeah. They ain't really fuck with me.
Yeah. Now these hoes be coming back. They're trying to get that dick.
It's a segue, man.
It's like, I'll still give it to you, but you're a bitch. Like,
this is hate. This isn't love.
Like you can still have it, but you're lucky.
Yeah. I'll give you one last chance.
This is sympathy dick. This is sympathy dick.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe, I don't know, your successful career at Telstra was because there's no judgment over the phone. No one can see you or interpret anything. It's purely a voice, and you can be what you want to be on that kind of aspect.
You can be what you want to be, and there's no preconceived idea of you. Like
you can't read the book.
Exactly. All the kids in my school, their parents knew each other. They hung out. They went to primary school together. Things like that. The clique, and I wasn't in that. So I guess it was a very cliquey sort of thing, and
that's Adelaide though.
It's part of the and kids are mean, bro.
Oh my
mean
God,
to each
kids
other.
Are douchebags.
Yeah,
kids are assholes.
Yeah,
and I think they're even bigger assholes now. My little sister,
but they're soft as well now.
Correct.
Back then you could at least cop on the chin and you saw your shit out. Now they're like, oh, I've got PTSD because someone called me.
Yeah,
an idiot.
Well, I hit people like I was as a kid. Oh
you come in this 6 foot rat.
Yeah. I put some people. I was only skinny but I box now. Like that's my thing. But I fought. Like I knocked people out.
When did you like start to fill out and grow? Like have a man body, you know what I mean?
Man body, yeah. Probably like 18, 19.
Yeah, okay,
I think from like it happened pretty quickly. I reckon.
Puberty.
about 70 kilos in high school, like 16. And by the time I was like 19, I was like 90 something.
That's still a big 16-year-old though.
Yeah,
70. I'm only like 82.
I'm kind of tall though.
How tall are
Hey,
you?
whoa.
I'm 6'2".
Yeah, I'm 6'1".
Yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
6'8".
Fuck off, mate.
Yeah. But those are two separate measurements.
And they're centimeters as well,
I'm
aren't
6 foot 8 inches.
I wish.
Yeah.
So, all right. So Telstra, then how did you get into finance? Did you go to...
There was a bit of a down bad period. So like I won't go super, be here all night, but so I went, did that for a little while. And I don't know, I sort of went down the path of like, I got a job in a nightclub as well on the weekends. I sort of got into partying, drinking, like all that kind of stuff. And I stopped doing my sales stuff and just had sort of random jobs, supplement shop, like that kind of thing, nightclub, like all that kind of stuff. And then when I was about 21, I had a really bad breakup with like a toxic girlfriend, right? I was also toxic, right?
Yeah.
And
perfect for each other.
It should be a good breakup because you got away from that.
True. But yeah, I moved to Melbourne with like a buddy of mine, and that's when that was really tough time. So like,
so you just broken up and then you packed up and went with a mate to Melbourne.
Went with a mate to Melbourne, and Melbourne's, was very, at the time, very expensive for me to live. I had zero skill, no qualifications. And
sales.
Yeah, sales, right? So I did some sort of sales stuff, but I really just had a series of sort of like odd jobs. I wasn't really happy with myself. I wasn't looking after my health very well.
You're just getting by.
Yeah, I was getting by. My net worth was probably about minus $500. Like I had an overdraw in my bank account, and pretty much I felt like at one stage I was like pretty rock bottom, bro. Like, and I didn't think. I think it's scary when you don't see a way out.
Yeah.
Like, you're underwater, but you don't see the surface. Like, you're just like...
Especially when you're that young as well.
Yeah,
you don't have that perspective of it. So why did you think you're at rock bottom then?
All the measurable metrics of life, I was failing at. My health was really bad. Just from not looking after myself, like, partying, like, all kinds of things.
Yeah.
I didn't have any money.
Yep.
I wasn't particularly confident. I wasn't happy. Like, there's...
It would have been incredible to... Well, you have known him. Did you know him?
No.
Man, some of your old mates, to see you from... If you're still friends with them...
Different man.
Wow, that's transformation.
And I sort of, I hit the stage where I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't see a way out. My life's shit. Like, I'm just going from terrible job to terrible job. There was no perceivable way for me to really get out of that. And I was just like, where does it, like, what do you do? Do you just, is that life? Like, do you...
Am I here forever?
Yeah, am I here forever?
Around,
like, what do I do? And I guess I sort of hit that point where I was like, I have to do something. And so my dad, he's technically my stepdad. So he's been with my mum since he married my mum when I was 8.
Yep.
So I actually changed my surname to his because
he must have been a good man then.
He is the best man, So and
shout out to him.
Shout out Craig Briggs, the man, the myth, the legend.
Wow.
Sea breezy. But yeah, pretty much. And he's a very, like, my parents are very traditional, like, woman clean, men work, like, dad, no emotion, like, very, but I like that, right? So, and, I was, like, hysterical, I was, like, everything, and my dad, he's not into emotions, he's not gonna, it's gonna be okay, he's gonna be like, okay, we'll fix it.
Do something.
Like, let's fix it together, and so... He's like, you don't have any skills, anything. So he's a finance broker, a loan broker. Yep. So he goes, I'm going to teach you to do this.
How cool.
That's pretty sick though.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right.
Little segue. So he's pretty much your mentor.
Oh yeah, he's my hero. Yeah,
awesome. In more ways than one. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So pretty much then I did the study and everything online. So
before we go any further, was there like that defining moment, and then like you got the call from him, like what was that moment?
It was a phone call. I still remember I was in Melbourne. I was in my car like in tears, bro. Like and then I had the call with my dad, and it was just very like he didn't feel sorry for me at all. He was just like, let's just fix it.
Let's fix it. Yeah.
That's the thing I like about him is like There's no emotion really. It's just logical brain.
This is happening.
Oh, you're upset. You're fucking depressed. Why? Oh, because of X, Y, Z. Okay, well, let's change those things.
Put some reasoning behind
you know,
it.
when other people go, oh, like, you know, that's what pisses me off. And, you know, some people might not like this, but, you know, depression is way too widely thrown around as I have depression. It's not COVID. You don't catch depression.
No.
Like, you know.
It's a mental illness.
Yeah. Well, is it though, or is it just feelings?
I think it's feelings, and I think in the past, and because like I've had depression, which means for me, fucking burnout, high stress, and you're just like, you're exhausted and you don't know what to do for a little bit, and so you just feel down. Guess what? You're allowed to fucking do that.
Yeah.
Humans have survived for hundreds of thousands of years in way worse conditions than what we are right now, and we turned out all fucking right, didn't we? So I think it's just. Yeah, I don't believe we're doing this the right way right now, but continue on your story.
I agree, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he was very logical. So pretty much like, you know, I moved back to Adelaide. My parents were like, you can come live with us while you study.
Lit house.
And my parents have a nice house. It didn't start like that. They very renovated over like a series of years. But yeah, and my dad, I remember he wrote a list with me because he was like, I want to write down with you every single thing that's making you upset, everything that you feel like is contributing to your like depression, being a sad boy. And we're going to kill everything on that. So I was like,
that's cool.
Money, I'm going to teach you like the skill, how to do finance.
Craig, this is dope knowledge.
Even I had like, I'm not even joking. Even like I had a fucking cavity in my tooth that was annoying me. He was like, that's on the list. Right. Because then you're going to
self-care.
Yeah. Because then you're going to like, you're going to work, you're going to like do that. Because I couldn't afford like dental shit. Like, you know, so, you know, even really, really small things like that, we worked on and we worked our way down the list. And I think there was like, you know, 60 things on there.
Was this all in this one conversation? Or did it happen over
this when I got back. Yeah. So
but did you write all those things down at once or?
Yeah. Big notepad. And then, I just like worked with him and just went through doing everything. Now, in order to become a finance broker, you have to do a degree, right?
Yep.
So you can do it online, you can do it faster. So during that period, I had a pretty big switch from like, okay, like, you know, I'm down bad as fuck. Like my life's shit. I'm probably going to end up dead. To like, all right, like we can at least get to average. Like we can at least get to average. Like, so an average life that people complain about, like that was the goal. Like I was like, if I can at least get there, like,
I can earn 65 grand a year and die when I'm 70.
Yeah. Bro.
It's such an interesting mentality having that because people I think today, we've never lived at a more prosperous, luxurious life in any period of time.
Agreed.
But we're all complaining about the
Game Boy's
finer
running
things.
batteries.
But what you did was, and again, a lot of people who hit rock bottom, they think that's the worst. It's actually the best thing. Like even when I've done it,
realization.
You have to take accountability and responsibility for yourself, and then you're like, your ego goes away, and you go, I'm at zero. And then start building up because when the good times are good, you actually have an appreciation
for when
what you fucking came from. You know
100%. Yeah. And you know, Santa only brings presents when it's dark, baby. So you know, like
well, they also build. They also bring.
What the hell out of that?
But also that it's character building. You know,
like
You
the most character building.
Really find out what you're made of and who you are when shit is not going well.
And I think what you're capable of as well. I don't think people maximize their full potential because they're just comfortable. And comfortability is the worst problem anyone can have.
100%. Adversity is key, but at the time it doesn't feel like it.
No.
You know, and you know, I started to work my way back up from there, which is you know, and even to get to that normal, I guess, baseline. But when you're studying full time, you're not making money, right? And I obviously had to study. You know, I lived with my parents, so like I didn't have to pay rent. Like shout out to my parents. Like that was, I understand some people don't have that, so super grateful for that. But yeah, so that's when I would do stripping
and topless waitering.
Topless waitering.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're 6'2" and built like Adonis.
And so you've been working out obviously to get to that stage.
Gave you.
Yeah, that's one thing I've always done.
How did you get that job?
That's one thing I've always done. I've worked out pretty much every day since I was like 18.
What made you do that?
Initially to like look
seduce
good.
women.
Yeah,
okay.
to seduce women.
Yep.
Now it's for violence. But yeah, like, and I just love it, bro. Like, I need the, like, you know, and I recommend anyone on planet Earth to, like, you know, whatever exercise you can do, like, or
walk.
Yeah,
Just
walk,
fucking walk.
or even better, like find a sport or like a physical activity. If you want to play indoor soccer once a week, if you want to play tennis, you want to box, you want to do fucking Pilates. Like find something that you like and do it.
Create those good endorphins,
bro.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Key.
And did you to the topless waitering and stripping scene? I also did a little bit of topless waitering as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think we actually did a gig together once.
Maybe.
That's amazing.
Maybe.
So how did that come up? Did you like just looking through the ads, looking for a job?
It wasn't on Seek.
No, obviously not.
I fell into it. I knew a
Same.
dude. I knew a dude who
You always know a dude.
recruited you.
And he called me and he was like, "Hey, bro, like, you know, I've got a gig on the weekend. We need someone. Like, you're in shape. Can you do it?" And
That's where it starts.
Yeah, that's where it starts.
And you're like, holy fuck, I just earned $60 an hour serving gorgeous women drinks and I had fun.
Yeah.
I can't believe I just got paid for this.
Fuck
hey,
yeah.
man, we've actually got another booking next weekend. Are you in?
Yeah,
Yes,
baby.
I'm in.
And then every week there was work. Like every week there was work. So
multiple
I was doing
gigs a night too.
Yeah.
So good.
But then
Lucrative.
this is when. But then also I didn't have a car, right?
Yeah.
So so
You
I
were
would
the foot
have
falcon.
to only do. I was the foot falcon, and I could only do the gigs where I could sort of get picked up. And also,
no Uber back then.
Yeah. And if you did, that was the other thing. Sometimes, if I did get like a taxi or like, you know, Uber or something like that, that would cut into your profit, right?
Yeah.
So, which I had to do sometimes. So, so what I did is, this is probably, don't ask me how I managed to swindle a car loan when you're not having any
in sales, bro.
Yeah, so there may...
The only person stopping you from getting a loan with any bank in the world is the 35-year-old at the counter who's going to sign you off.
Yeah.
That is it.
And some, yeah. Let's leave it at that, right? So...
We'll leave that there.
So I bought a Toyota Camry.
How much?
Right? 0% finance.
Ooh.
$90 a week.
That's a fucking deal.
But, right?
Those things go forever.
Brand new.
Oh, what?
Brand new.
That's a fucking deal.
Because every car I'd ever had before that had been worth $800 and broke down every week.
Yeah.
You know, so now...
No deposit.
It was a special deal.
I had $300 deposit, but that was all my money.
That's lit.
Yeah, it was lit, right? So
Try get that deal ever again.
yeah. So I did that, but then of course I've got to pay for the car, like, because
And the petrol.
sure they approve me, but like I have to pay for it.
Repayments, yeah.
So I started driving Uber. So
No fucking way. I never
bro.
knew this.
Just when it started?
So it was pretty new. It was relatively new.
Because I know I was using it all over the world in my travels, and then I was waiting for it to come to Oz, and I remember the guy, when it first dropped, the first 2 weeks, had the same guy.
Wow.
Every single day. He was earning $1,700 a day.
Oh my
when
God.
it first started.
How's the surcharge on that?
So I wasn't making that much, but
That's actually, I've got this Cartier bracelet.
Yeah.
I would study the bracelets LV, the watch is Cartier.
Cartier
but,
watch, sorry.
But
Get it right, motherfucker.
yeah, Jesus. But yeah, so pretty much I would study full time during the day. So I'd go to the office with my dad. He would do his work on the computer. I would sit next to him and I would study on the laptop to become a loan broker. Then at night I would drive Uber, and then on the weekends I would strip, and you know.
So
and
you
stuff
fucking
like that,
hustled, man.
So I was putting
You
in
were
effort.
hustling,
For the
yeah.
first time in my life, I was like really trying.
And
Yeah.
you were fitting your job description or your jobs that you were doing around your study too. So there's really no excuse for anyone to be like, I'm studying full time.
Yeah,
There are
yeah.
jobs to fit around that.
There are like, and this is why I don't like, you know, I don't want to sound like insensitive, but
No, it's good real, man.
Yeah.
Like, let's
if
be
a
real.
dude like, you like one of the most victim mentality like niches of human, like in Australia, is like 20-year-old like white male dudes who like maybe are like sort of entitled so that they don't feel like they have to do the hard shit jobs. And who they're the people that cry the loudest and like,
I'm not doing that.
No one's gonna hire
I'm
me.
not doing that. I'm like, all right, bro. I literally drove people around and got my dick out for money, like, you know. And
Sometimes at the same time.
DoorDash, Uber, like whatever, there's heaps of shit you can do. Like I remember at one stage I delivered flowers, like, there's heaps of shit you can do. Like if you're just like broke and just like, oh, no one's hiring 100%. At the moment, shut the fuck up.
100%. And stop taking money from the government, motherfucker.
Yeah, you bitch.
It's too easy to do.
Yeah, you sad cuck.
Yeah.
Like
it's too easy to do now as well. There's so many, like people just sit at home and be like, oh, I've applied for 8 jobs this week. No one hired me. They'll call them and be like, hey man, come in for an interview. No thanks.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. We're trying to find people at the moment, and we've got one good person with a top 1% in Seek.
Yeah.
For an unskilled job. And literally 30 applicants, where 4 years ago, before COVID, 3, when there wasn't the victim mentality, we'd have almost 600.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
100%, dude.
Yeah.
Because
it's tough finding
we're
good
the
people.
same.
I'm hiring at the moment, and which we'll go into in a bit, but wild.
Dude, that's it's ridiculous at the moment. So at my work, we seek out labor hire. Yeah. And we've got 6 different labor hires on the book at the moment. We'll ask for 3 a day from each, and we'll probably get 4 or 5 people.
Wild.
Yeah.
And it's like, put this box on this pallet. Or if you're a forklift operator, take this out and put it down. Yeah. Take this out of a container and put it on.
And again, it comes down to, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. You're good for it.
But shout out to the people that do it because they do a really good job.
Man, I did it. I remember I was 17. I was in the back. I worked with Telstra as well for a bit. And I was like, I could get 60 or 80 bucks an hour working for Toll unpacking 60-foot containers. And I just remember
big ass container too.
Did that until I was hanging out with a guy who just got out of jail for selling a firearm to a undercover cop, and I just rang my dad one day. That was one of those
your segue moment.
The mini segues. I was fuck this. Rang my dad. Hey dad, this is the last day at job.
Yeah.
Never working in this place again. I'm gonna find a real job. And then a week later, I quit that night. A week later, I was working at Telstra.
Yeah.
So not as good as money, but
but
that
way less
pain
criminals.
Made me move forward.
Yeah, crawl before you ball. Like you got to do, and sometimes life will give you those wake up call moments to be like, you got to make a change. You got to do something else. I feel like the universe is sort of like, it will sort of, if you're getting off the path, it's like,
yeah,
get back over here.
If you listen, you listen.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't adhere to the signs, then
because you can go, oh, it's not my fault, I'm victim, blah blah blah, and I'm just going to sit in my room and mum and dad pay for my shit,
which is the easy thing to do as well. I think is why a lot of people do that. It's easy to be like, oh, this isn't working. Why me? Why the world hates me? Blah blah blah. Because it's the easy thing to do. It's hard to go like, you know what? I don't have my shit together.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not in the right spot right now. I need to actively change this before I proactively put myself out forever.
Amen, baby.
And it's hard to take accountability and responsibility.
100%.
It's my fault.
It's ego crushing.
Yeah.
It's soul crushing, and it's hard, and people don't like hard shit at the moment.
100%. And I had that moment.
Dick and driving, right?
Dick and
driving.
So there's episodes of was it Taxi?
That's what you should your autobiography.
I would have made more money. That would have been.
That's what your autobiography should be called. Dick and driving.
Yeah. I know.
So how long did you do that for before you got into brokering full time?
So it took me about a year to finish the qualification.
Yeah.
And then pretty much from there, then I got a job at a car yard doing finance. So when someone needed when they come in to buy a car, they need a loan for it, finance, I would do the finance. Yep. So at that point, that was the highest point I'd been to in life, because that was a skilled job. So you need a qualification, not anyone off the street. It was paying, the most I'd personally made, which again, wasn't a whole lot, but it was the most I'd ever
residual.
Paid. And it was a real job. I was in an office, I had my own little office, and and I was like, I'm doing life. Look at me. It was very grown up.
How old were you?
I think I was about 23 or 24 maybe by this stage.
And so how long did the finance, because I know we met when you were in finance.
Well, right. So so this is the other thing, right? The other moment.
Do you like finance?
No. So this is the other thing, right, that happened. This was a little turning point. So I moved back to Adelaide. I didn't have a lot of friends there. because I hadn't lived there for a couple of years. And I started hanging out with a couple of boys who were nice, fun guys, but maybe getting caught up in the wrong things.
Not sustainable friends.
Now they were lovely guys, but one of them that I was I won't say his name, but like him and I were pretty close, right? Now he was into the cocaine and stuff like that. So he had a job, everything like pretty normal, but he used to do cocaine, and a lot of people in that group, they used to do
devil's dandruff.
Yeah. I don't do that, right? Like I'm very anti it, and this is why. But even at that stage, I wasn't doing it. And I thought, you know, they would have parties and things, everyone would be doing cocaine, and I would be like, no, I'm good. Like, and in my head, I was like,
wasn't your crew. Like, that's a better thought together.
Yeah.
You know?
So I was like, but I'm not doing it, so it's okay. Yeah. Right? But this guy was getting into dealing it, and anyway, he pissed off the wrong people, like money issues, whatever.
Yep.
He picks me up. It was like a Friday night, right? And we used to just play like video games, like Nintendo and stuff. So he picked me up. He's like, yeah, come over. He lived close to where I lived. You know, we pull up out the front of his house. Like we get out of the car. He walks across the road, and I'm about to cross the road. And as I'm about to cross the road, a car just speeds past, like nearly runs over my foot. And I was like, whoa. And this quiet street, right? Friday night. I'm like, what the hell? He turns around to look, and he says to me, he goes, look out. And as he says, look out, I just go from standing up to I'm looking at the ground.
Holy shit.
So some guy they were after him, but of course I'm there, and I'm a biggish dude. So, you know, you got to make sure I can't do anything. So, but I just got like hit in the back of the head with a metal bar, full
should have died.
Right. Then, and I was like, what the fuck? Then I was on the ground, people like, you know, hitting me, stomping on me and stuff. I get up, they like chase me off, right?
Holy
so I'm like running.
What was going through your mind?
Finally, you know, it's just raw adrenaline, bro.
Yeah.
I get out of there, and I don't know where he went. He ran the other way. So like I like call my dad and shit, and I'm like, you know, explain the situation. I couldn't find my like friend. It turns out that they broke his skull, so they cracked his like brain, you know.
And some serious dudes.
And they stabbed him 4 times.
My God.
Yeah, so pretty much
you got out very lucky.
Yeah, bro, I got out very lucky. And pretty much from that moment I was like, it doesn't matter if I'm not doing drugs, it doesn't matter if I'm not doing any bad things. If you're around it, you might as well be doing it, because the shit can come down on you too. So
100%. So
that was probably the most defining moment for me as a man that changed my course completely.
Wow. Yeah.
And
that is hectic.
I went to the hospital to see him, and
say goodbye.
When I found out that he was going to pull through, they're like, you know, because it was dicey for a bit.
Yeah, wow.
When I found out, they said he's going to live. He doesn't have brain damage. He's going to be okay. I said, bro, I love you, but that's
it.
It ain't. Now that I know you're okay, I can't be around it anymore, right? So I cut off, like, and they were the only people I really was friends with. So I cut all that off, and I just went, okay, like I'm gonna just
change direction.
Yeah, it's so time, baby.
Oh, it's a hectic story.
Yeah,
I'm
hectic
sweating,
story,
man.
right? Hectic story.
What did you get many injuries yourself? Like apart from bruise?
I've got a big scar.
Fuck, you're lucky you didn't get fucked up as well. Like,
dude, that could have ended.
Is it just because you got away? Like, if you stayed down and copped it, would you have?
Yeah. Like, it was like 4 dudes. Like, and but yeah, like I just got away. And but the thing is, I think because we both ran different directions,
they're not going to chase you because they're after you.
And there was like 4 of them. So, and then I think once I started to like get away more, they're like, okay, we're not going for him anyway. It was just sort of like, I was like collateral, you know, so collateral damage. So it's like whatever. So, but then from there, pretty much like I cut off all my friends. I like wasn't, you know, really doing anything social at all. I was going to work, finance, at this car dealership. And then I started getting into, self-help and books and things like that.
Tony Robbins and all that.
Tony Robbins, bro.
What a man.
Tony Robbins so goated. Like, it's actually ridiculous. Like,
good shit.
He's actually, like, all of his material is fucking incredible.
He's a big dude too.
He has gigantism.
Yeah.
Oh, genuinely?
Yeah, genuinely.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
He's a special man.
He's a special man.
Special man.
Special
Yeah,
dude.
that's probably like up there with people I'd love to meet most.
Oh yeah.
In
him and Elon, I would just love to
dissect their brain.
No, they're just energy in the same room. Like,
bro,
they're special humans.
I want
special.
I wanted to grab my face.
Oh, bro. I would immediately come.
There would be no chub. There'd be no full mass. It would be jizz.
Yeah, but like the heart kind. Like
my heart would come.
Like my heart would come.
So you're just doing a lot of self-help, self-development.
Yeah. And there was a program, and I've recommended this program. It's called Get the Edge by Tony Robbins. It was made in 2003 as a double-sided CD program. It's also on Spotify. So
for free?
For free. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, right. Fantastic. 19 years old, still very relevant. And so
he was 19 years old.
No, the program is 19
sorry. I was
years
gonna
old.
say, wow.
Sorry. But yeah. So I started working out, like, because I was like, all right, cool. I'm in a position now where I have a job, but like I'm not really wanting to do this, like, because I started to develop. From reading and stuff, I started to build my confidence a little, and I started to realize, like, hey, getting to average, like, or getting to like mid tier, like, that's cool, but like you can keep going, bro, like, and you can actually do some better stuff, you can do what you want. So I started, like, it taught you how to make a plan, and if you didn't know what to do, how you should work it out. So I wrote down all the things that I wanted to do. So I was I wanted to travel. I didn't want to have to work in like an office, like, for someone. And I wanted to be, this probably sounds weird, but I wanted to be specifically wanted. Like I didn't want something that just anybody could do. Like, oh, we need a,
So a specialist. You want to specialize.
I want to be a special person.
We want Teddy.
Like I wanted someone in any kind of situation to be like, there's only one man for the job.
And you come out and mask and
like, I wanted someone to be like, oh, we got to get this Teddy Briggs guy, So, so that was, sort of, what fucking job do you get from that? Like, I've got a few brief things, but then I sort of started thinking it was, maybe if I went down the path of being like doing Instagram, like, influencer, modeling, like acting, whatever I could do. So at my, now again, I didn't have heaps of savings or anything like that, but part of the program was because people talk about why they can't do things. Oh man, I would love to do this, but I don't have enough money or I don't have the time or whatever. So it was write down everything that you can do towards that with the resources that you have that you don't need more time for, you don't need more money for, and just do those things. And like, you'll move the needle a little bit, rather than people go, oh, well, I don't have enough money for this, so therefore I'll do nothing. Yeah.
It starts the ball rolling.
Yep. Exactly, baby.
And turns in that snowball effect.
Which is so true. And it's just incremental progress as well.
Yeah.
Like by doing nothing, you're not gaining anything. By doing something, you're getting something. 100%.
I know, what's his name, who owned Twitter before? Darcy, Jack Dorsey.
I don't know.
I know him on Twitter.
I don't know.
He had a thing because he's a massive procrastinator.
Yeah.
And he was like, no matter what, if I don't want to do something, I will do it for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just 5 minutes.
Yep. Yeah.
And in that 5 minutes, if I don't want to continue doing, I'll stop it doing it and piss it off. But usually you get into it in that 5 minutes and it's just starting. It's like hopping out of bed to go to the gym. Or doing anything like that. It's just
something you didn't want to do.
A little bit. And or just getting something done today. Not tomorrow, today.
Yeah. And in that list of like things I could be doing, like, because I was like, okay, one component of this is like Instagram. So, all right, like I don't have many like followers yet because I'm like new. So I was just like, just message 10 people on Instagram, like clothing brands, and just be like, hey, can I like, take some photos with your stuff, like, and, do some posts, right? And they would never write back. But like,
how far into Instagram launch was it? Because I was college when Facebook started. Like,
oh my God.
During the movie, I was there.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Instagram, was it like a big thing already? And you were just getting into social media?
I was just getting into it, but
was that or Bebo?
I'd done some, but yeah, it was.
I think consuming it, or
well, no, I was trying to do it.
Yeah,
I was posting. I was like trying to take cool pics. Sometimes I would find small brands, and I would if I had some money, I would make sure I had some money from my paycheck to buy an outfit, and then pretend that they
asked you to do it.
No
way.
Tag them, right? Because then
that's marketing,
bro. When a customer does that of ours, guess what? We fucking share it.
We share it, right? Yeah. So
it's free,
and it's social proofing. I was just like, oh well, maybe other brands will be like, oh, he already does this, so therefore, so I was like, cool. So I was doing a bit of that sort of stuff.
And also as a company, we see that off your own back, you bought our stuff
and put it up.
Hey, guess what? Damn. Hey, thanks so much. You bought our stuff already.
It's free.
Here's all this stuff.
Yeah.
Just to reward you, because it takes balls.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they've paid for your product.
Correct.
And then promoted it. That's awesome.
Yeah,
for you as a business, you're like, fuck yeah.
Well, they're supporting you and you support them.
100%. Every time you would see someone do that for your business, you'd be like, I fucking love this dude. Like,
100%.
you know what I mean? Like straight away, like,
and they'll be a recurring customer again. They'll buy again.
Oh yeah. And
they'll tell their friends.
And then relationships. So I'd do that, and then I would go. One of the things I could do for free is I could go onto like websites like Star Now and things like that.
Great website,
which is how I got my first modeling gigs, which is how I met Teejay.
Yeah, cool.
So, segue.
Hashtag unpaid. And, but
we use Star Now for a couple of things.
I've got so many gigs off Star Now.
Yeah.
Did I get paid for that? I don't think I did.
Well, fuck, I didn't. So
yeah,
I got paid in exposure.
Yeah.
Well, and there you go.
Which is payment enough, because I wasn't getting paid for a lot of the modeling stuff that I did to begin with, but it was just about
building a profile.
Those guys sharing me and people knowing that I was doing it, because then the word would spread, and then my time wasn't free again after that. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I'd model for more brands and bigger brands, and then it snowballed from there.
And when you're trying to get into that kind of stuff, when someone offers you like it's not paid, I'm still fucking cheering, bro. I'm
free
so
clothes.
excited. I'm like, I'm doing 100%. A photo shoot. Like, I'm getting a free t-shirt and I'm going to a photo shoot. Like, this is sick. Yeah. Like, I was like, this is so dope. You feel good
because they've asked you.
Yeah, I was like, finally, like, people are wanting me. But then this is when it gets saucy, right?
Yeah.
So Star Now, right? Free resource. Okay, get your pictures up there. Yeah. I'd done a few modeling gigs. I'd even had a couple paid ones. Message. Hey, Teddy, we really like your profile. We're about to launch the first season of Love Island in Australia. Would you be interested in applying? If so, here's the link, right?
Boom. What
goes through your head when that comes?
Well, later, I found out that they just messaged like
everyone,
thousands of people that. But at the time, I'm like, I'm in.
I'm on the cast.
Yeah.
They want me.
That's so cool. And again, you didn't just get there. They didn't just randomly approach you. You did all that fucking work beforehand.
Oh yeah.
Putting in the work for free, even if it was, and then all of a sudden the opportunity arose.
So it felt like it was because of this. You're like, it's my time to shine.
What did you think when it came through?
Well, I was a lot of
pre-ordered a Lambo.
No, but I was like,
what size Ferrari?
I was like, we're cooking with gas here. Like, we're cooking with gas, baby.
Trip,
like,
baby.
I'm like, let's fucking go. I was just like, all right, cool.
How old were you?
So 24.
Amazing.
Right? So, and I'm like, cool.
Start of the peak.
This is where Teddy Briggs became Teddy Briggs.
This is where I'm getting confidence, bro.
Yeah.
Now I'm starting to, because before that, terrible social anxiety.
Really?
Yeah, bro. Like hard. Before I met you,
which is surprising to know. Obviously, know you now.
Everyone says that knows me from when I was younger.
Well, this is the first time I meet you tonight, and you're literally everything opposite of what you've described earlier.
But literally, bro.
Yeah. But there's being confident and there's being well worded too. I think you're very grammatically correct and you speak really well. Yeah, you're very articulate.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
appreciate
it. And that comes with confidence.
Yeah, it does. Everything comes with confidence. Yep. So, but yeah. So then there was
from way to go. So what happened next was the process of getting on.
I got to show you my video. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I haven't.
It's sick. I'll show you guys. But shout out my baby sister Holly Briggs, right? Because she's very.
HB.
We had to send in a 3-minute video.
Okay.
Right, and she's very artistic and very like. When I told her, she was like, "Oh, easy. Right, let me sort it out.
I know exactly what to do."
So we did have you ever seen like the Vogue 73 questions or whatever they do, those interviews?
Yeah.
So, and it's like they'll be walking. So it's like there's one with Zac Efron that she showed me, and he's like, he pulls up in his car and he's like walking through his house, and it's just like quick fire questions. And he's like walking through.
And he's doing things
basketball. Shit.
Okay.
So she goes, "We're gonna do that."
That's sick.
So we pull.
Do you have that video still?
I do.
I need to see that.
I've got it on my phone. I'll show you.
Check it out.
But yeah. So we spent like a few hours making it, right? And she directed the whole thing. I pull up. In the car,
in the Camry,
I pull up in the car. I'm just like, "What's up, guys? My name's Teddy Briggs, and I'm applying for 2018 Love Island. Like, let's go." And I like walk through, and I'm just like,
Amazing.
People describe me as like, I'm like a big teddy bear. I'm super excitable and like, all this kind of shit.
This is awesome.
Right? Funny. I'm really putting it on too.
Because I remember seeing your intro for Love Island too, and they've obviously got
mayhem.
Amazing though. But it's what people want to see.
Yeah. And I was like, I know I have to put it on to get on this show.
You have to impress someone.
And I can't just be like, a much of a muchness, right?
I work in finance, and I'm Teddy.
So I'm like, I'm turned it up to 1,000.
Yes.
So
like what? Like what did you do to turn it up?
Like I'm just giving it the biggin, bro. Like you just like when I get in there, like they're not gonna know what to hit them. Like like I'm talking about girls love me, but it's like I think in my Love Island promo, I'm just like I'm handsome, I'm jacked, I'm tan. Like I'm a great guy, and I like pinch.
You're not lying.
And I'm like, and it's like people like I can't even remember what I said. I was like, I might seem like a dream, but trust me, I'm real. Like something like that.
Really cool.
Hard, bro. Hard bars. Get the
yes. That's the moment.
Like that, big time, bro.
You're in the mix with.
That was actually amazing.
Way too good, wasn't it?
That was actually
bro.
Really
what
good.
the hell?
Sorry.
I thought you had a soundboard.
Was that the button?
Yeah. Fine.
Can we get a "You're in the mix with" button?
That was actually
phenomenal. Phenomenal. Like literally.
I don't know where that came from. My inner DJ Khaled.
Yeah, bro. That was.
So you've done the video.
They contact me. They say that's.
And by the way, this is another opportunity for people to fucking puss out and go, "Oh, I don't have the video camera equipment."
Yeah.
What did you shoot it on?
It takes too long. Who's going to video it for me? Did you do it on iPhone?
Yeah.
Yes. Amazing.
I would have filmed that shit on a Nintendo DS if I had one, bro.
Nokia E63.
All right. What do you have, right? So did that. Because most people would just take a selfie video.
Yeah.
We
actually put the production into it.
Hours, like 3-4 hours.
Fuck yeah.
They email me back next day. Best video we've received.
No way.
Best video we've received. We love it.
I just got
that is sick.
Yeah. Right.
That's
love
fucking
it.
sick.
So they're like, hey, we're doing tour auditions.
Yeah.
We're coming to Adelaide these dates. And I'm like, let's go, baby. We're in. So I'm getting keen. I'm still going to finance job every day, but I know that it's not going to be for long. Like I just believed, bro, that I was going to do it.
Well, you put the time and effort into it as well. It wasn't just like a Snapchat 15-second, hey, I'm Teddy, girls love me, I've got a massive dong, put me on.
Yeah, exactly. So, I wasn't...
Did you tell anyone? Or you just stealth in case it didn't happen?
So I told like a couple of key people. Like obviously my family knew because they were like, there through my sister was helping me with shit. Like I couldn't really hide it. But I didn't really tell anyone outside of that because they were very strict on like, don't tell anyone. And I was like, I don't want to jeopardize this opportunity. So, sorry, let me get some of this hydration.
I've got some water over here if you need a refill too, Teddy.
And
some of this hydration.
So then anyway, so they do the touring auditions and I'm like, okay, I'm super excited for this.
I need to be that guy in this
interview.
to
be the guy. And so I went there, I bought like a sick outfit, bro. I was like,
what was it?
I'll show you guys after, but I was looking fly, bro. I was looking fly. I had the button
suited up.
I was like, nah, like
party beach vibes.
I was, fuckboy vibes, but like
hundreds,
not like
nice fuckboy.
You know,
On
yeah,
point.
yeah,
On
yeah.
point.
Like,
Fuckboy
yeah,
with
I'll wreck your life, baby. Like,
But it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. Like,
But we'll have fun too.
Yeah, like let's go. So, and I'm like, so I'm dressed up, like, and you know, I'm looking good. I was more into like now at box, so but back then I was more into weights and stuff.
Because you were pretty fucking massive for a bit.
I was for a bit, yeah, but now I don't do that weight training, so it goes away after a couple of years.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah, so but yeah, so like I went there, you know, dressed up nice, and yeah, it was like a weird sort of process where you're sitting, there's someone with a camera like in your face sort of for like an, you know, hour and a half or something like that.
Yeah.
Asking you questions, dating history, like all this kind of stuff. And, you know, there's an element of acting, you know, to really, you know, sell it. So I'm going hard.
Full out again.
Yeah,
You're going like hard. Leonardo DiCaprio, Titanic.
Yeah.
I've just got off the boat. I need to get on this door.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to drown.
100%. I'm like, you know, I'm grabbing that door. So
everyone vibing. Like, did you know when you're in there? Did you know?
I knew. And do you know another thing? Like, so they held it at a hotel, like somewhere in Adelaide. I can't remember, right? So it was like a hotel, like boardroom, meeting room or whatever that they rent out, like in each city. So some of the hotel staff work there, right? And they, and you know, like serve drinks and stuff like that. And they had a hotel worker who's like, "Oh, I've got to take you to the, you know, the room." And she was just like, "You're so handsome." Just before I go in, and I'm like, you could not have said that at a better time.
Oh yeah, okay.
No,
how is that timing?
Yeah,
you would have been walking on air.
too.
Strange girl, like, you know, just doesn't know me anything. She was very sweet.
Yeah,
and she's just told me before, and she's like, "Yeah, you're so handsome." And
shout out to that girl.
You're just like,
I'm like, let's go. Like, get me in
I am
there.
handsome.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm like, you know, I was about to walk in there. They're like, "Let's do your audition." I'm like, just give me the fucking contract.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Sign
do we
the
have to
fucking
do
contract.
Yeah. So did it. And
Nailed
then
it.
few weeks, like this was 4 months before the show. Weeks go by. They're in contact. You know, we haven't made a decision yet. They give me a call and they say, "Hey, listen, like, you know, we love you. You know, we think you're awesome. We've selected the main cast and we didn't pick you."
Oh.
And I'm like, okay. And then they're just, but we're gonna put together like a
intruder type thing.
Intruder list. There's like they put like 100 people on the list, right? And they're like, you're not part of the cast, but we want to use you, we think, but you need to be ready to go. So like, and it'll depend on how the show's going, whether we use you or not, and when we use you. So yeah, and they're like, "Are you ready to like, you know, just go whenever?"
Where was the actual island?
Majorca, Spain.
Fuck yes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go and watch this now.
Yeah.
Sarah's gonna love this shit.
Vibe.
True.
Yeah.
So then they're just like, you know, so I'm like, fuck, like I'm going to finance every day. I sort of thought like this was my way out. Like it didn't really, you know,
Happen how you wanted.
Happen how I wanted it. I was like, but every day, right? So like, cause there was that period from when the show started to when I went in, it was like, you know, a week or two, right? So and it's on TV as it's.
Oh, so they're doing live updates.
Yeah, it's live. Yeah. So, it's 24 hours delayed.
Yeah,
so they do the day before's show
So
that day.
Yeah.
So I'm like watching it at night. Every morning, bro, I would leave for work 20 minutes early, right? And I would pull into the car park of Pasadena Foodland.
Great Foodland.
Best Foodland.
Yeah.
Best supermarket.
Honestly, like
planet Earth.
No joke.
Actually won the award for it.
I'm pretty sure it did
of
too.
Earth. Yeah. Look it up.
Amazing.
And
Google that.
And I would sit there and I would close my eyes and I would play the song "Diamonds Dancing" by Drake and Future. Diamonds, on me dancing. And I would like manifest to the point of like nearly crying, bro. Like I would
Super visualization.
Imagine getting the call. Imagine getting the plane.
There's no place like home.
Right?
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So every day, bro. Hard.
How many days did this go for?
Like 2 weeks. Right. Then Wednesday afternoon.
No.
I had a busy day. So I didn't get to have my lunch till like 3:30. So I'm sitting there, I'm eating my lunch, get a phone call. Roz from Love Island, right?
Get on a
I go outside
plane.
and she goes, "Can you get on a plane tomorrow?" I was like, "Tomorrow?" She goes, "Yeah, say the word, I'll book your flights." And I was just like, say less, baby. Like, let's go.
Why can't I go today?
Yeah.
So
I'm actually already in Mallorca.
I know. I'm like, all right, let's go. She goes, "But you're going to come, you got to bring it. Like, you're not."
Oh,
like,
so genuine.
she goes, like, if you're going to come and like, you know, just be
Half-ass
boring, like, don't worry about it. Like, if you want to make an impact, like, you're ready to do what you said you're going to do in your auditions, which is like, you know,
Fuck shit up.
turmoil.
Yeah.
Then let's book it. So I'm like, say less. Like, I've been literally manifesting myself to tears for 20 minutes every day.
Stay
In the
ready
morning.
so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah, I was ready, bro. Like,
How was that flight over?
bro.
How is that flight over?
So, well, that's the thing. So it's 3:00 on a Wednesday and I'm leaving on Thursday and I work at a full-time job as a like finance manager at a car dealership. So I had to call my boss and be like,
So
I quit, bro. Like, and
Didn't even like, not even on hold. I fucking
no,
quit.
well, because you can't put in notice.
No.
Like, because it's 24 hours. And so I'm like, I'm quitting. And he goes, "Why?" And I was just like, "I can't tell you." And then
it's a secret.
and he's just like, okay. Like, and I was just like, "It's an opportunity. I don't want to miss it. I'm going to Europe tomorrow." And he was like, "Okay, well, what if we pay you more money?" Like, if and I was like, "There's literally no amount of money that you can give me, like, that will make me not do this. Like, I'm out." And he was like, "All right, well," it was lovely, isn't it? Shout out Quinton.
I bet you would have shocked.
Yeah. And he was like, "You know, you got to do what you got to do in your life, and I wish you the
cool,
best."
Quinton.
That's a good boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had a fine daughter too, bro. But
Lucky you left, man.
yeah, fine as fuck.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And
Shout out Quinton's sperm.
yeah, bro. I was like, you know,
You're lucky.
who knows? Maybe I would have stayed there. I would have married his daughter and been a finance man. But
You probably wouldn't be here then.
alternate universes, bro. Yeah.
That probably happens sometime. Yeah.
And but yeah, so and then yeah, like I was already packed, like, because I'd stayed packed.
Awesome.
Really?
That's
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was already packed. And so yeah, I went the next day. And they lost my luggage.
No.
Adds to the excitement.
So I had to wait a couple of days, and then like,
what a disaster that is.
Yeah, and then they put me in, like, and
Fuck yeah.
the rest is history.
So,
you know?
so getting on the set is, how do they say, "All right, Teddy, you're going in"? Oh, well, you're going in. You came in as a DJ.
Yeah, which is funny. So every year in Love Island, they have a Ministry of Sound party in the UK version, and they always have a famous DJ, like a real famous like DJ, right? And then that's kind of part of the show. And so they told the Islanders that they had Spain's like top DJ, and you know, was coming to play their party. And then surprise, it's me. I'm in the show.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
Amazing.
And then like there was only one couple, like strong couple in there, which was like Eden and Aaron, and they were like had said they'd loved each other, and everything like that. So
What, in like 5 days?
2 weeks.
Yeah. Sure.
So, and I'm like, well, you know, I came in here to like, I didn't come in here for love, you know, like I was open to it, but like I came in here to like make an impact. So yeah, I picked that girl, and then and then no one would talk to me. Everyone fucking hated me. Like no one for the first like 24 hours, 48 hours, no one in the show would talk to me.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Because they all had their own little click crew by that stage.
Yeah, because
they were talking
clicked up.
smack too.
Smack, bro.
Like,
so how did you deal with that? Because obviously the world that you came from being
such
not,
an awkward
not full
situation
of
too.
To literally being a massive alpha, taking the only solid couple. Like that's huge. How are you dealing with that?
And the public was like, "Fuck you" as well.
Yeah,
apparently.
Really?
Apparently they were
I
like,
hated you for a bit, man.
you.
I was like, "Yeah, fuck you, Teddy."
Yeah.
Break up Eden and whatever.
I know. So
no, I didn't actually. I was
but
like,
I've got to watch this now.
yeah, it's awesome.
So, and then, but that was the thing. Then it was hard. I'd been so excited for this so long, and then you get there, and like all the girls are like friends with the couple, so they're like, nah. And the thing is, because I picked the only girl in a relationship, I've therefore rejected all the other girls because there's like there's single girls and there was like 4 single girls in there. So
and they were calling you hot too.
Yeah, right. So, but they're like
mad alpha move. Yeah, like, mad alpha.
But now they're like, plus that was like the alpha couple of the house, so everyone really turned on me, and so it was. I had a pretty like average time there, to be honest. Like I wasn't having fun when I was like in Love Island. Like
not
it wasn't
anyway.
So all your interactions, like you had to, I imagine, do like activities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like then you had downtime. Were you having any conversations? Was it just walking around awkwardly and just?
Yeah, I made a couple friends, but like the majority of people are like
Josh. Was it Josh? Yeah.
Nah, fuck that guy. That guy's a loser.
Was it Josh and Taylor? Was it that?
And his girl was hitting me up like after the show, and
Taylor,
they're still together.
No.
Josh's girlfl's Amelia. She was like,
oh, really?
Sliding the DM.
She's
sliding in the person in person in the club. Yeah.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh no, who was Taylor's boyfriend?
Grant. But that's my boy though.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what I was thinking of.
So they're
still together, aren't they? Josh and Amelia.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Anyway, cut.
That's a cuck, not cut.
Cuck.
Even better. Continue.
Yeah. But yeah. So and then I had a moment, this is when it all sort of went
changed for Teddy.
Changed for me in terms of public image and things like that. So because, like I said, I had a hard time in school. I was bullied a bit.
Yeah.
Like, I used to fight, like, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It brought back a lot of feelings, and like you're living 24 hours a day with people that are going out of their way to like, fuck you over. Like, you know what I mean? Exclude you, do whatever they can to make sure that Love Island was bad for you.
Wow.
Hard for you, like you're turning people against you and shit like that. And
well, the producers
they would have loved it because I feel like the producer would love that because that's what people want to see at home.
Yeah,
they want to see drama.
Yeah, they want to see drama. Yeah, they want to see drama. And then it hit a point, like it was like, I think we had like some challenge where it was like a boys challenge and it was like a race, like, and you had to carry an egg under your chin or something like that. And it was like a race and I won it.
Yeah.
And then after I won it, like the other boys like Josh and Dom and like all that kind of shit, like and Eden and stuff like that, like it was carrying the eggs. They all were like ganged up and like smashed eggs on me after, like, which was super
sore
like
losers.
Sore losers. Like I was like, I won because I'm a superior human, and and you guys are all cucks. But but yeah, like, and there was like gang up like mentality, and I was like, by this point, I've been in there for a while. And it got too much. I went into the
diary room or whatever it is.
Diary room, they call it, the beach hut.
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
And
so that happened, and then you're like, "What the fuck?" and you just walk away.
I walked away.
Bully vibes.
Bully vibes. Like
I was getting swinging it because you can do it as
you can't though.
Yeah, no, but like in that circumstance, like they're actually bullying you.
Who is the ringleader?
You can do it that. Like, you had your mates and you smash eggs on it and it's just fun. But there was malicious intent behind it.
It's all the boys, malicious intent and going for one person who's not their friend. Like, you know what I mean?
Who was the ringleader? Was it Eden?
Eden, Eden and Dom, like, were both like that a bit. And then Josh, I think, is just a bit of a soy boy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man. Just an estrogenic man that will just sort of go
estrogenic,
like, you know what I mean? Like, just like a jellyfish. Like, you know what I mean? Just like, no real, like, bones or anything. Yeah. Just like, I'd imagine, like, if you, like, just touched him, it'd just be like a weird texture. Like, but yeah, like, so he just like obviously didn't have his own like ability to think. So he's just like, oh, I'm with these boys. So
I'll do what they're doing.
Yeah. But then like, as soon as Eden got all these DV accusations after the show, like domestic violence accusations and stuff, they unfollowed him. Like, so they went from like,
changed their tune.
Yeah. And I was just like, and they're like, oh, and I'm just like, okay, so you guys, when it was in a situation where it like suited you and like you wanted to be tough and gang up on one person, it's cool.
Yeah.
But then, when it looks like it might be bad for public image, oh, no.
I'm not friends with him.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not friends with him, and try and be a nice guy. And it's just like, if you're going to be a piece of shit, at least die by it or ride by it. Don't
have a spine.
Have a spine. Like, if you're going to like.
And your own thought process too.
Your own
but
thought
they're flakes. Like they're flakes, bro.
Yeah, they're NPCs. Yeah. Like there's like, you know what I mean? Like
that was great. That was great.
So you're in the diary room, right? Or you're in the beach hut.
And I just cry, bro.
Really?
I start crying. I start talking.
Just hit home,
bro. I start crying. And I start talking about being bullied as a kid. And then,
which is real. Which is real.
And it was all coming out of me, bro. And then I said the line, you know, I was just like, I'm like, well, you know, this sucks. I'm not going to give up. And I was like, young Teddy never gave up. and that was the moment.
Platform.
Everything switched. Like then I blew up on.
There was something. Someone was talking about your junk for a bit too, on when you were on Love Island. There was like memes going around about your junk too, like Teddy's packing.
Yeah. There was a really favorable photo. Like there was really.
You look like you were from the Congo in that photo.
Yeah. You know, sometimes when you get out of the water, your shorts are wet.
Yeah.
And it can sort of extend the line a bit.
Oh, yes.
So and it was like this massive thick one to his knee, dude.
Yeah. So
thank you,
a Greg Norman shot. You saw that one of Greg Norman walking on the beach?
Very famous, yeah. So it was like, but yeah, like, and then all of a sudden people are like turned on like Eden and stuff like that.
So is this because there's obviously two perspectives. You've got the one from the audience outside watching and what's going on in the real world, and then you've got in the house. So when you got out of there, I didn't know that people were loving me until I got out. Yeah, okay. So on the inside, like, did they know that you went off and were upset and you had that reflection? Like, how did that change?
No one in the house would have known.
It didn't change in the house really. Okay. Like, it was still whatever, but...
It was just the public perception on the outside.
Public perception. And that's, like, when it all changed. And then when I got out, like, everyone was, like, very pro me. Yeah. Like... like everyone was like, we fucking love you. Like, you know, I was getting like lots of love on social media. Like I was getting amazing messages. I was getting like everything. And they were doing, that was really good because people could relate. Like,
you were real. Yeah. That touch, I was real. Even though it was that bravado and whatever, but that touch of realness and hit home.
Yeah. So the bravado is like entertaining and that's good for the show. But like in terms of like your own personal perception, like the realer that you can be like with the audience, like the better the relatable you'll be received. So
I think that was good externally from the fact, not just to platform you and show people what you're about, but for people to show that emotion in the male demographic isn't a bad 100%. Thing. We've all been through things and sometimes it's a lot.
Yeah, sometimes, And
it's okay to cry, it's okay to feel things, and it's okay for guys specifically to feel things too. And I feel like you probably weren't the Nelson Mandela of it, but you really
let's definitely not those kind of things.
You definitely help that sort of scene though. I feel like that's a good thing for males to be able to be on live television. Well, not live, but broadcasted television and be able to show emotion.
I think the key though, even though I haven't seen it, which I'm going to go watch it, that you at the end you accepted it, and then you went, I'm moving forward.
Yeah.
And that was what you said. That was that key line, and everyone was like, "Fuck yes, boy."
Yeah.
I had a dream.
Yeah. So, bro. Let's.
Sorry. Don't want to say
Daily Mail. Teddy Briggs compares himself to Nelson Mandela. Called the Nelson Mandela of
reality TV. Yeah.
Let's stay away from that. Like
TMZ tomorrow.
baby. But yeah. So that, and then from there, man, it was crazy, bro. Like
in the house. So pre-show, I know how it was post-show. Yeah. But for people watching and just to know how you were a celebrity in Adelaide, like I remember going out with you that night after the
day
fundraiser.
I got back, bro.
Yeah, yes, it was.
I got back,
and we were at a fundraiser at Electra House. I was at a fundraiser. You came with Reno to Electra House.
Yeah, and
it was ludicrous.
Really
ludicrous, bro.
Genuine, like
what?
Teddy at some stages, Teddy was like, "Can you get these people away?" Like girls, there was a lineup of people waiting to take photos with Teddy. And
how'd you deal with that?
Well, I didn't know, like I'd never had that before. I went from working in a finance office to then I went away for a month. And then the day I got back at 3 p.m. I went out that night on it because I got back on a Saturday. And I was like, I'm ready to sling some dick.
and dick was slung.
Yeah. Dick was slung. I was like, I got my Costco card so I could give dick in bulk.
Did you? So when you say you got back at 3 p.m., were you back from Mallorca? Were you back from that?
Yeah, I was back from Mallorca at 3 p.m. and then I saw you that night.
Yeah, we went to Electra
and we went out and it was crazy, man. But it was
How did you get out?
What do you mean? How did I
like
get out?
off the show?
It wasn't jail.
No, on the show, like
on a plane, like
what made you exit the show?
So the show finishes, you eliminate people out, and then last couple wins 50 grand or 100 grand.
Yeah, so
okay.
My couple, like, which is her name's Max.
Yep.
So we came like third or fourth or something.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe fourth.
Yeah, you're in the top final finishing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Fourth. So with the show just like
Bye.
But you guys coupled up as like friends. So
we weren't like dating or anything. We were like friend couple, but yeah, and then from there it was like pretty crazy.
Life changed.
Life changed
instantaneously.
Like, and that's the thing. Like you obviously saw it. Like my friends around like saw it, but it still, like, most people who become celebrity, like, I'm not a celebrity, right? But like for a little while, it sort of felt like that but like most people get fame gradually. Like versus this is nothing, everything. Like, so
pre-show and post-show. Tell me like the comparison there and how that sort of changed you or changed your life or how you looked at life. What was that sort of deferring factor? Obviously the fame, but what changed for you there?
It was awesome.
And what did you do when you got back? Because you
can't just go back work and finance.
You've got this attention on you.
I'm never going back. The plan was that I was never going to go back to a job, and I haven't had a job since. So,
but you had all that attention on you.
Yeah.
What did you do? Because you got back, partied, start slinging.
Now, this is the issue. Now, if I had been smarter at that time, I would have made some business. I would have done some cool stuff straight away, and I would have capitalized. But like for me, like I don't do drugs. I don't really drink very much. Like I haven't.
You weren't a massive drinker.
Drank for like nearly a year. Like, like I'm not I don't really have vices. Like I don't really like to gamble. Like I don't really have the traditional, like most of the vices. Definitely slinging dick was the vice. Like
women are always a vice.
And like that was a big downfall for me because the money I was making was from nightclub appearances.
Okay.
Was it good money?
I would get like maybe like 2K.
That's solid to rock up.
Free drinks and to then take home probably the best looking person in the club.
Yeah. Oh, I would take home a few.
Amazing.
Like, and like per night. Like
I've heard these stories and they're awesome.
You've heard the real. He's heard the like. We can't tell them on here, but like it was like, it was
wild,
debaucherous. Yeah. It's like
great word. Wow.
Yeah. So, but I was making money like that. So I was like, I was drinking a lot, which I've never been like a huge drinker because I was going to these appearances. Like,
and they're always at 9 o'clock at night or something like that.
10 o'clock at night. Like they're always in nightclubs. Yeah. You're in a nightclub, you have a booth, there's girls everywhere. There's people, there's a line to take pictures. Like,
That's insane.
Yeah. Right. So
what were the guys like?
So
like guys coming up to you trying to tag on, clean up the sloppy seconds, or
so many Adelaide
get these crumbs.
TJ, hey, I met you once that time. Remember?
Bro, so many from like Adelaide, bro. Like so many. Like
that's the environment.
TJ I was friends with before, like from modeling. Like Reno, I was friends with before. Like I had, like
you had friends.
I had some friends, so I'm like, I want to experience this with my friends. So let's go out. Like versus
out we did.
Out we didn't. Versus so many just like leech. Like
dude, remember when I served you that coffee at fucking Starbucks?
Bro, people posting like photos like that you taken from years ago and being like, yo, bro, let's go out tonight. Like, let's hang out because they want some of that trickle down pussy. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to catch the dregs, bro. Like,
crumbs.
Or like get some secondhand clout, like, and it was so disgusting to me because it was so obvious that I was like,
wow.
Like girls, I didn't care because I'm like, for me, I'm like, obviously I know I'm a handsome guy, and I could get girls before, but obviously
this was on another level though.
Yeah.
Another level.
Well, that fame is that next level. I read Dan Bilzerian's book and he was like, I was rich, but you want to get famous. And he said that fame in that 12 months on Insta when he went hard.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, it was psychopathic. Like, human women would just, and men would just actually lose their shit.
Clout is the biggest thing that like in terms of people think, oh yeah, like money attracts women, nowhere near as much as clout does.
Yeah.
Like clout is easily like, and it's not even close. Like, you know, you could be a billionaire or like someone who's like clouded, and like the clouded person wins every time. Like in terms of with girl stuff, usually.
Yep.
So, but yeah, like I didn't care about that because girls want to sleep with you because like, you know, you got some fame. I only want to sleep with them because like
I got some dick.
I'm trying to nut. Yeah. Like, you know, like, I got some dick, like, to get rid of. Yeah.
I was going to get rid of it anyway. So
exactly. So, but then like dudes, like it was just way more like it felt gross because they're just like, you know, that it's just like, oh, he's like, I haven't spoken to this guy for years. I don't really know
coming
him.
out of the woodwork.
It's coming out of the woodwork. And then a lot of those dudes are the same people that have gone bad on me as well. Like posted shit about me and stuff like that. So I'm like, but you always have that in life. But yeah, I guess from there, like I was just making money, like doing the nightclub appearances, and I guess like probably falling into like, you know, that sort of vice. And I wasn't really doing anything super productive.
How long did you do that for?
That was a long period that you were touring. That was like a few months, wasn't it?
So another...
I was thinking like a year. So a couple months.
It was a few months.
No, it was like...
No, that's like when you went around to the nightclubs like Melbourne, Sydney, you went to the Candy Mansion.
6+ months.
Oh, was it?
Okay. Yeah.
So big months.
Big months.
Big numbers.
Like it slows down. It starts real big and it slows down.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that was not the most productive time, or like not the best I've been, just because it's like I was doing things I wouldn't usually do, like drinking and being out all the time and not having a routine and traveling, and because I was a DJ on the show, even though I wasn't a real one, people thought that
you were a DJ.
People, so I was my manager was booking me DJ gigs, and so I would just rock up and pretend. Which I recently did on the TV show Byron Bays. Did you see that?
I've seen that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm a DJ in one of the episodes.
You actually?
Yeah. On God.
That's amazing.
I'll show you after. I've got the clips.
Sarah and I watched it, and like we loved that show because it was so horrible.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but yeah.
I'll have to check you out on that as
well.
But
you know the scene where it's like on the yacht club?
Yes.
And they're like having a party.
Yeah.
So and it's like Jade's like party or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was the DJ of that. So there's just clips of me being like, like doing shit. There was no music, like or anything.
So
it was just
good.
acting. But
so when did you have to get a manager on? When you got back?
I got one straight away because
did they reach out? Were they like, do they?
Yeah. And some of the boys that I knew from the show, they had left the show a week or two before the end and already got managers. So I just got the same manager as them, and then we got like lots of group bookings and stuff like that. Also, I have to piss so bad.
Oh, dude, just go.
We can downstairs.
We can cut this.
No, it doesn't get cut. We'll just talk. It's all right. We always do that.
That's all right.
You guys talk.
I feel like that fame would just be ridiculous too.
Just downstairs.
Where we were before, Teddy.
Yeah, downstairs to the left. You'll see them. They'll be wide open for you.
I feel like that fame would just be like benign. I can't even comprehend. It's like you just invented Facebook and everyone's just found out you invented Facebook.
It'd be pretty surreal, I think. The biggest thing is the attention, and I think that if it happened to me, because you get caught up in the lift and your life changes so fast, and just it's overwhelming. And I think he did whatever he needed to do then, and like going partying and all that, because he was 24.
But you've got to do that thing when you get this newfound fame. You've just come off a dating show.
Bro, how interesting is this story?
Incredible.
Energy here is fucking out of control at the moment. I'm loving it.
Do you think that sporting fame is different to reality TV show fame? So like, example, do you know you watch AFL? No, not an NBA. Say like a really good AFL player. Say Dustin Martin fame.
Yeah.
Or reality TV star fame. Do you think?
I think you have different fans. So like, there's like you have your hype. What's going around with Teddy, because obviously he said it petered off. You have these hardcore teams. They're all around. So even when Gary Ablett left, Junior left, like everyone hated him for a while, and then you got new, like they're hardcore fans that will go with you forever, and they buy your jersey.
Gary Ablett fans, not Geelong fans.
Yeah, it's a bit like the club. But even when I've been out with Adam and Ryan, like just because he's in the Broncos, man, I literally was sitting there having conversations, and random people would just walk up to you,
take
photos, and you're like, "Are you fucking serious?"
I remember you saying this last time,
and it was like, it's a weird thing to happen when you're an item or attention.
Yeah,
we're just talking about how you're dealing with that attention. And the difference between like
reality fame and like sports star fame.
Yeah. And just like weird stuff where you're just having a normal conversation with your mate and there's people taking photos of you and you're like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, is it disrespectful or is it good? And like, how you play on it, like it was really weird.
Depends the intent, yeah.
Yeah, it depends the intent. I think like if someone asking you for a photo, I like it a lot.
Well, it's nice. It's a compliment, you know.
Super nice and
confidence boost.
They like it. So like you'll take a picture of them and they're like, "Oh, thanks, man. That's cool." Like I think and your friend will probably know this, when they film.
Yeah. Like my girlfriend was talking to her and they're like trying to get some stitch up situation.
Yeah.
I walked up and I'm like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing, mate?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm the biggest fan." I'm like, "Fuck off, delete that right now. We're gonna get some trouble." And he's like,
"Yeah, see, that's just disrespect." But it is what it is. Like, you know, it comes with it, I guess.
So 6+ months party rotation. You're going ham, vodka cruises, just having a good time.
I'm in the bathroom as well.
Yeah,
yeah. Bro.
And what happens from there? Now I know there's a transition point of this.
Yeah.
So that would have been a fun period. I'm sure you did some really fun things, met some cool people.
Yes.
But there's also times where, was it not fun?
Yeah. Yes, because it's not fulfilling. It's you know, that lifestyle is fast food, bro. Like, you know, it's not healthy for you. It gives you lots of fleeting pleasure, lots of fleeting enjoyment, lots of,
as do the moments. It's momentous. It's short increments of enjoyment.
But daily, like, you know, it compared to like, okay, was I getting more like dopamine then, and was I getting more attention and stuff like that then? Yes. Am I happier as a human being now? Big time.
Now to then?
Yeah. I'm way happier.
Enriched, fulfilled.
Yeah. Enjoy my life more, like, you know, just happier, like on a daily, you know what I mean? Like, so, but great experience, you know, like.
And regardless, you'd never change the experience for anything, obviously.
No.
Your time on the show probably wasn't as great as you wanted it to be. For various reasons. There were cool times though, like when you and Grant, what did he do? He asked Taylor to be his girlfriend and stuff like that.
Yeah, and when we had that laughing scene that people went like with the face, I was wearing a face mask and laughing and people like enjoyed that. But
there's some good moments, but then obviously that doesn't last forever. You're not a movie star.
No.
As no disrespect or anything like that.
I don't consider myself to be any sort of like and that's
people know you though. People know who you are.
People know you, but like.
But then that fad loses its interest.
100%. And that's the thing. What goes up must come down. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like.
Was it a gradual progression down, or was it like?
Yeah, gradual. Like, because people still recognize you. Like, especially when I go out, people still recognize you. It's just because all those same people are still alive. Yeah, like we're not dead. It's just they're less excited. Like, because it's like the reason why I was so hot is because like the show finished and 2 days later I'm in the club. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, oh my god, I just saw you on fucking
100%.
You know, so yeah, but pretty much from there, then we went on that trip, bro,
to Bali.
Oh
my god.
Oh, that would have been
so
off the
hook. The year before.
Holy shit!
Not really, I had a girlfriend, but the year before I won.
So did I, kind of.
Different experience.
You weren't de facto, so it doesn't matter.
So I won a modelling competition the year before.
That's the one you won.
The next one of the year, by the way.
Australian Supermodel of the Year. Yes, that's me. 2017, 18.
What? I didn't say that in your LinkedIn, bro.
What year did you go to Love Island?
18.
So this would have been 2019 that we went to Bali. Won the competition. Got to lucky enough to win. Lucky enough to go the next year to judge.
If you win, you get to be the judge. One of the judge the next year.
And Teddy, being like the pop star that he was at the time, was also one of the judges. So we had a sick time.
Oh man,
Bali. One of the best trips.
Seriously,
I bet
all time.
I think it really solidified, our friendship now to what it is now.
We had an amazing experience together.
We did. We had a really awesome experience together. But it was also an awesome experience going on the other end of the scale, not being the model, being the judge, and seeing how excited everyone else is, and how I was then. I was like, man, I've lived. This is awesome.
That was so great. Like all the people that was
you can mentor them a little bit as well, and give them that advice.
Most of the people.
most of the people. But yeah, we had like a really good amazing time. That
really
was
good time.
That was fantastic.
Some real cultural things that we got to experience as well.
Unreal.
As we explained last time. But Teddy, what I wanted Luke to get back for this part was where it went down a little bit. It went down,
yeah.
So yeah, you'd be better explaining than me.
Because that hype only lasts for 6 months. Like you get 6 months after like a big show like that to where it's like really
utilize the
make a break,
and then it starts to go, and then it sort of seemed like, because I was making money every month from my appearance or like Instagram. I did a lot of Instagram stuff.
Like how much did your following change like from the show? How fast did it grow?
It went to like, I think that.
What'd you leave with? What'd you come back with?
I left with like 10K followers. I had 10K.
That's pretty decent.
Because I've been
doing a lot of modeling.
I was working hard. Like that was a grind.
Yeah.
And then I think when I left, it was like 70.
Yeah. Wow.
And then
what an increase.
And then like, because it's on Netflix in America, and it's also on.
It went up again after it went to America.
And then it aired in the UK.
Yep.
So I'm at like 250 or something now.
256, I checked.
Yeah.
256. yeah. Cool.
Epic.
But and even so, working perspective, there was another decrease there again. I know that there's been a lot of write-ups and podcasts you've talked about this experience as well. So like you were on
down bad again.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much, bro.
Was it because
not as down bad?
You're getting high, and then you come down, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, and during this period, like you go, 2K, like to go to a club, like. Fucking sick, like you know what I mean.
Most people don't earn that in 2 weeks.
Exactly right. And prior to the show, I wasn't earning that in 2. Yeah. Well, I was earning that probably in 2 weeks. So, but the thing is with that, like obviously, like you're paying tax, you're paying management. Then you're like, if you go to, for example, if they fly you to Melbourne, right? Then you're going to spend money while you're there. So after like tax and management, you're down to like $1,300 for that, right? Which is okay, cool. Then you spend that pretty much while you're there, like doing random shit, like because not everything's like they're getting you there and accommodating you is there, but like everything else, like you want to go out the next night to a different place, you want to do whatever.
Yep.
Like for example, things like the Candy Shop Mansion, right? I didn't get paid for that. I just got invited.
Yeah.
Like, so therefore I'm paying for like
flights,
that kind of stuff, because you don't want to miss out on these opportunities. So, and then things start to calm down, and then that's sort of when I hit a point where I was like, oh, like I'm not really I don't really have an income anymore. And like,
you didn't want to go back to finance.
I can't go back to finance because then that was the whole point, right? Like the whole point was to get out, and this was meant to be the springboard. So, and pretty much then I started doing. So that's when I met Eli.
Yep.
So
was that the Elmore Lewis shoot? Because I did the. Oh no, you went on that one.
No,
the Elmore Lewis shoot for his watches on the yacht.
On the yacht. No, I didn't get that.
The Temptations.
I hadn't met him yet. Yeah. Right. So Eli Dangerfield, his name is.
Yep.
My best friend, and like a brother to me, love him, but I didn't know him yet, and pretty much I met him through Reno and stuff like that, so through some friends, and him and his girlfriend watched the show.
Yeah.
And he was like, when we met, he was like, oh bro, like me and my girlfriend, we actually watched you on the show, like we should grab like coffee one time. And he seemed like a just a nice dude. Yeah. And I was like, cool. All right. I was like, let's go get a coffee. And I remember like, because he was doing the e-com stuff and that kind of thing. And I didn't really like have an income, but I didn't want to, you don't tell someone that straight away. Like, I'm actually going through a bit of a struggle right now. I'm trying to work out what I need to do. Can you get this coffee?
Get this, and because you can't do the I'm Teddy Briggs thing.
No. Yeah. Hey, can I have this coffee for free? But yeah. And then I remember like, Eli one day sort of letting on, like he didn't talk about it straight away, but letting on how much money he was sort of like making. And I think he makes a lot more now, but I remember he was like, I did pretty good like this month. Like I think it was like just over 60K or something. And I was like, oh shit.
What do you do, bro?
Yeah, I was just like, oh shit, like you're really making that kind of money, like. And he was like, yeah, like it's pretty good. And I was like, okay. And
he's definitely a different person to who he was then to now. Confidence-wise,
very different, hugely,
ridiculously.
How much did you have to do with that?
What do you mean?
Changing his confidence.
Oh, I'd like to think I helped. Like, I have a very strict rule with all my like friends of like, I don't believe in like playful put down banter. Like, you know what I mean? So I know it's not bad, and like, you know, it's not like if someone does it, I'm going to be like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But I think that the words you say, regardless of the context, have some effect on each other's mentals. So like, it sounds like, you know, like kind of gay, but like you got to pump each other up, like, you know, so
100% you're
like,
bros.
Well, you're bros.
And like all my really amazing tight network, they all do that. You leave a conversation energized.
Yeah.
And when you're having a conversation with someone that's toxic, you walk away and you're dead. I've been one of those people who've been a drain as well, and I've watched some of my friends move away, and I'm like, fuck, what am I doing? Check yourself, and then you re-engage. And
because it's very Australian culture, right?
Tall poppy syndrome,
taking the piss out of each other, like, which is funny, like, and we all like to do it.
Not
a bit
sustainable,
but like you shouldn't. You know, the more positive shit you can say to each other, like the better, because it does. I believe it soaks in. You know what I mean? 100%. So like, and Eli was struggling at the time, I guess, with confidence because he had a bit of a bitch girlfriend, and she would. I remember like seeing messages of her like saying fucked up, like really mean stuff, like put down stuff.
Yeah, wow.
And like I remember I started teaching him how to do
banter,
how to do
like
gym.
gaslighting.
No, how to do like gym and stuff like that. I was showing
the girlfriend, was she gaslighting him and stuff?
I don't know what that means, but
it's like blaming you for shit that you actually haven't done. And like,
kind of
trying to hope to.
It was like the example.
It's all your fault because you did this.
True.
Yeah.
I'm sure to somewhat, but like I remember, so I was teaching him how to like work out because he'd never really had like a workout routine.
Yeah, cool.
And he was getting in a bit better shape and stuff like that. And he sent a shirtless pic to his girlfriend, right? Like, which, you know, I do it to my time. I say, like, you know, like I do that all the time, right? And she was like, she went off. She was like, "You're turning into a fucking wanker. You're gonna be like Teddy.
Oh my god!
You're like, you don't even look good. Like all that shit." And I was just like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "Bro, no wonder." Like, how could you have confidence when the person that you're with, that you love, that you're meant to be with, is just
together
like,
for a long time too,
couple years, bro.
Yeah, so, putting you down for getting better physically.
Yeah,
that's
being the best version of yourself.
He's not like sending this to other girls. He's sending it to you because that's like
the person who's like, fuck yeah, baby, like, well done.
Exactly.
Can't wait to get slammed by you,
bro. That's why if Eli had to send that pic to me, I'd be like, yeah, you fucking stallion. Like,
you better get home here now. I'll finish your workout.
You vascular man.
Yeah, I'm like, like, you know, so like that kind of things. So but yeah, so like Eli helped me a lot with learning business stuff. So the first business that he helped me with was like Instagram automation. Mm-hmm. So like you would plug it, let's say for your business. Yep. You can't do this anymore, unfortunately. You plug your business account, right, into our software.
Yep.
The software I could just find online. Like I didn't make it or anything.
Yep.
Then I could go find all the Instagram accounts of all your competitors, and then it would make your account go and interact with all their followers. So like their photos.
Yep. And you can't do that anymore?
Nah, it's nuked, bro. Yeah. Instagram are too like smart with it now.
They want genuine interactions.
Yeah. But it worked at the time, big time. So I was doing that for a while, and that was really the thing. And that's why I have so much love for Eli, because he didn't get a percentage of that business. He didn't ask for it.
He was teaching you how to fish.
He didn't expect it. He was teaching him how to fish.
Didn't get you the fish,
And he put in like time and effort to like help me for no benefit to his own. Like it was, and he does have that personality, like, which is one of the things that I respect about him most, is like he does have that genuine like wants people around him that win. He likes to do good. Yeah. Like he doesn't, you know, like that's cool. No competitive with each other. It's just like he wants his homies.
If I win, we all win.
Yeah, so I that's why I like shout out to Eli. Like,
100%.
Absolutely love him, and that was the start of me sort of getting on track. That was my first like e-commerce business and that kind of thing. He taught me a lot of other skills. What
were you selling? Oh, it was that service.
Yeah. But then also I got into like drop shipping and things like that.
Were you making good money, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, there's like articles about this. Like this is like Daily Mail.
I saw one of them that was like 80 grand a month.
Yeah.
That's ludicrous.
So that like I was obviously like making good kind of money. Well, I mean, very good kind of money.
Very
like,
good money.
You know, especially
top
from
1%.
where I'd like come from, like, and you know what I'd like sort of been through, like to like. And I don't.
Were you back in that structure? Did you have the routine again? Because you obviously one of the big things that I know,
which is important.
Yeah, well, discipline is key for everything. Yeah, and and consistency. So, but I know a lot of contestants after they go off a reality TV show, they use the hype.
Yep.
They die off, and then they're desperate to try and keep the attention up through crazy ways that no one gives a shit anymore. But you've got like who was the guy who won? The show that blew up during COVID, the Aussie guy.
Oh, that's my friend Harry.
He
used to work with us too.
Bro, I want to meet him. He's a fucking rad dude. Yeah. And
I can tee it up when he comes here.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, because
is he dating Georgia now? Hazarati?
Yeah,
that's elite.
So,
but he's just a guy again. Went off. He was himself, and so the audience really connected. Especially for the US baller. But then he leveraged his attention. Yeah. And he turned it into something that was
he was already making money before that too, though. I remember us having a conversation because I know that you knew Harry, and I said, is he the same like this as he is off camera? You're like, bro, this is him.
Yeah.
I've listened to a couple of his podcasts, and he's just legit, and that's why people like him in the US.
And he's a very likable dude. He's also a 6'6" rooster
monster.
Yeah, he's handsome as fuck.
Yeah,
and he's a great guy. And he also like none of what happened with him was an accident at all. Like it was very
planned,
well done. Like he has probably of any male like of Earth. Like in terms of leveraging their reality into like a further career, he's number one.
Really?
I don't think
he's done it.
Name someone else, you know what I mean, that's like doing better or that has like leveraged their platform better than Harry Jowsey.
And he's still doing really, really well.
Well, he got stuck in over in the States with COVID, and then instead of going, oh fuck, wish I was home, leveraged it to his advantage, and now he's got cult.
Is that what happened?
I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah, it aired straight after Tiger King.
Yeah. They were the two record-breaking shows.
Yeah.
And
Too Hot to Handle and Tiger King.
Yeah. And then he went over there and just fucking smoked it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Talk about slinging
Harry,
dick.
if you see this, man, we want you.
Talk about slinging dick.
Oh, man. Man would have slung. And
bruh,
I've heard
triple zeros after the one.
Oh, bro. I don't know, but I know it's like...
Slung.
He's a fuckman. Like there's fuck boy, there's fuck boy,
and there's fuck granddad,
and then he's like you fuck man. Like, he's a fuckman. Yeah.
That's wild. So and do you guys like again people keeping relevant after the show? Yeah. Do you guys across reality shows connect out and reach out to each other?
Sort of,
because
like,
you have that commonality of like woe to no to woe real quick,
and it's kind of good if you guys are seen together as well, I guess.
But I also don't really like most people that have been on reality because the thing is, the reason why I got some attention is because the whole thing was like Teddy's too pure for reality TV, like because I was like I didn't have the same like level, I guess, of like narcissism or like I didn't have
toxicity.
Like I do have like I'm a very I know I'm somewhat narcissistic, but I still think I have a good heart. Like
not serial killer narcissist.
Nah. But a lot of the people that I've met through reality TV have just been like kind of dumb or just like toxic or not great people. So I'm not really like, I find I don't really gel with most of them. There's a few that, I'm friends with. Obviously love Harry. Like he's one of my good friends. Nathan Fabro from Byron Bays. He's a good friend of mine. He's actually a great guy in person. Yeah. Like, there's a few that you sort of like, but most of the people that you would have seen like on your TVs, I've been to all these events of these people and stuff like that. There's just like,
pretentiousness.
They got too much. Like I don't think that I think I'm a person that went on a reality show and then got a lot of attention from it. A lot of these people think like that they're like a fucking real celebrity or something. Like they're Leonardo DiCaprio, and I'm like, get over yourself. Like, I got some clout too. It's great. Like, but don't identify yourself as that's your only thing. and you deserve to have like attention for the rest of your life because you filmed a 4-week reality show. Like, just calm a little, bro. Like, it's like
100%.
Yeah.
So you're Teddy. So you're making this money from e-commerce and the platform that you're promoting.
Yeah.
You were still in Adelaide during that period?
Yeah, I was traveling a lot, but I was still in Adelaide, and I was still getting some sort of work. Like I did the ads for Love Island USA.
Yep.
So I went to Fiji and stuff like that. I did, a few other things, but I was pretty much, me and Eli would just go to this cafe near our house and just spend like 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day there. Yeah. Cafe Bravo.
Yes.
Shout out Cafe Bravo.
Yeah.
Good.
The chicken. You didn't say you used to get the chicken or something like that?
At Pasta Deli across the road, I'd get the chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where the magic would happen with you guys.
Yeah,
and Eli smash out group work sessions.
Yeah, it was just him and I. But the thing is, if you do that every day, and we liked it, you go there, you're in a coffee shop, so you got caffeine supply.
Yep.
You got your laptop, you got some Wi-Fi. You go, you do your work. If you do that every day, you get somewhere.
Yep.
Repetition, like, it truly is the thing. It's like you like consistency over everything.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I feel.
Yep. And so you guys sort of built this empire together. I know that Eli's doing really, really well now and has been for a while.
Yeah.
So what made you transition to Gold Coast? Why'd you move here?
Yeah. So what happened? So did you ever meet Tash, my girlfriend?
Yes.
Yeah. So shout out Tash. Sorry. Sorry, she was a sweet girl, but she was just met me at the wrong time.
Yeah,
and she just got the bad deal, bro. Like,
there's the narcissism.
Yeah, I know. But I was like, I admit my faults, you know Correct. What I mean? But yeah, like I broke up with her at around the same, just before Eli broke up with his girlfriend, and we were like, let's go somewhere, right? Yeah. We're doing business. We went to Gold Coast for a boys like trip, just me and him, right? And so we would just like work all day, right?
Play all night.
And then we'll go to the strip club every night.
No way.
Yeah. And I don't even
legit
really like the strip club.
What, Hollywood's?
I like the strip club.
Hollywood's?
Hollywood's, yeah.
It's a great
Hollywood
club.
Showgirls, right?
Fucking great club.
And
so I've heard.
To be honest, like we would go there, we'd just
Were you spending bands though?
No. Not bands, nah. Especially then, like I was like Eli was very frugal at the time. Yep. He's loosened up now, but and also like I hadn't really been earning a lot of money. Like that was at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like I think, it was probably, I think that month that we were there was my biggest ever month. I think I made like 30K or something like that for the month. So that was the first time I'd actually been like, oh, okay, like
this is working, yeah.
And that's on that Instagram platform?
That was from dropshipping store. My Instagram platform had finished.
What were you selling?
So I started off with mini projectors.
Okay.
So it was just dropshipping, but I tested a whole different like bunch of products, and I'd run them for a couple of weeks, a month, like
Did you create your own ads? Or did you learn how to do that, or you?
I would usually get like them made for me, so like on like Fiverr or something like that, or get other people's ads like chopped together.
But would you do your media buying through the back end of Facebook?
So I would run Facebook ads just through like my ads manager and stuff like that.
Cool.
So I was just running Facebook ads, selling products and like drop shipping, so they send it straight from the supplier to the customer. Yep. So you just laptop. Which is obviously like, I guess like a smart way, like obviously
low overheads.
Yeah, low overheads. Like, if you look at like with your business, like you've got custom products.
Yeah.
So
we manufacture.
The quality is going to be way better. Like it's branded. Like, you would have with your buying power, like you're obviously paying a lot less, but for somebody who maybe like myself at the time, who's getting started, who doesn't really have the resources to build something like that, like starting off with a dropshipping store, like how
much capital did you put in to start that first one,
bro? Like $1,000. Like, yeah. You know?
So the ROI was massive.
So but that was the thing is like, you know, when you're learning by yourself, like even I was lucky because I had Eli, but like when you're doing stuff by yourself, it can be like very difficult. You have a lot that don't work. So, you know, versus now, like I'm still doing those type of businesses, versus like rather than, you know, because my problem, the reason why it was stop and start and I would make good money and then I would make no money 1 month and like stop and start is because like I was sort of doing a lot of guesswork myself.
Yep.
And if one person like tries to do every part of the business, you're going to do an average job of everything. Versus now the setup I have is like I have a specialist in each field. So like rather than me doing everything myself, like I'll just find winning products based on market research, like which I'm good at that.
Yep.
Then I've got like a web designer to make me like, you know, someone to make logos, someone to make ads, like all those things. So that way, like it saves me heaps of time because I don't have to do all the work myself, and B, because it's professionally done.
And they're specialists in that, whereas you'd be just a generalist, and they specialize in that field.
So I get a way higher quality business, which means like I'm able to make more money, which means you know,
and you're leveraging other people's time.
Yeah. So
that's
I think my biggest month that I've had doing that, I did 160K net profit. Like, so
in a month.
In March this year,
My day.
So
well done, man. That's awesome.
What product were you selling that one?
I can't tell you.
No, don't tell that one.
So segue into that.
Nah, like just because as well, like when with these kinds of things, especially because like
everyone jumps on
everyone
board
will copy it,
floods it,
So that's the only thing I'll say when I'm finished with it. I'll reveal.
Nah, that's all good. So we'll talk off air.
I'll tell you off air. Yeah.
To segue into that, Teddy, we were talking before the podcast started, and you are starting a new venture now.
Well, that's the thing is like, of course, when you tell people like, you know, like that you like are making that kind of money and, you know, you have a team that does like 95% of the hard work for you, and B, like even the business itself, like you're not doing shipping or anything like that. So it's a pretty like good thing. And when people hear you're making that much money from a business that
can you show me how to do it?
Or can you do one for me?
Yeah, true.
So that's actually what one thing I've been doing lately is like, because I've got my team already here.
Yep.
A lot of people do courses or try and learn online, you know, with YouTube,
which is time
and
consuming.
Stuff. It's time consuming. Most people that have a full-time job or, you know, things like that, they don't it's not really realistic for them to work out how to do this business model from scratch with no experience. And most people that do courses and things like that, even if the course is incredible and they have a great mentor, they don't usually stick with them because it gets overwhelming, right? So, because I've got the team there anyway, and obviously big following, so I've started doing like a sort of like a done for you service. So someone can basically say, hey, like I want to have an e-com biz. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what to sell. I can't make a website. And then what I'll do, I'll find the winning product for them, hook up the supplier so it's all automated, make the store, make the ads, everything done, dusted. Like TJ said before the podcast, he's like, here's the keys to the car. All you have to do is drive it. So
and you've already got your license. So.
And you've already got your license, baby. So that's what I'm doing at the moment.
How good.
Which is cool. Yeah.
And so do you think this is going to take over now as a more sustainable? Because those products that are phases and fads, whatever, they always go up and down.
Yeah.
But do you feel like this service business, like creating the offers for your customers, is going to be a more sustainable model? Yeah.
So there are certain products like, do you guys remember fidget spinners?
Yeah, bro. We bought them for free. I fucking hated them. So we bought them for free. So our customers bought our products and we gave one for free, and the sales went wild.
Crazy, right? Yeah. I know people that ran a store for like 2 months and made like $1 million.
Yeah.
Like,
no way.
Yeah. Selling like, you know, $10 item, like premium, and you know, but then they fell off a cliff, right?
Yeah.
So you can do those things. Like occasionally there's a product where you're just like, listen, I know that in 3 months no one's going to care, but it's going to be a good 3 months.
Yeah. Make bank while they shine.
That's what my next question was. What happens if your client comes on board, you find them a sustainable product, and then that product has an ebb and a flow?
Yeah. So we, like, you can dictate that in the product selection. Like if you're, you know, like same as with your products, right? They're not going to fall off a cliff because it's a thing that people are always going to need.
Residuality.
And I suppose the difference as well, we're just not selling a product. We've built a brand.
A brand.
And that's the difference.
Exactly.
And it's way harder.
Way harder.
I didn't mean to say
no,
that.
Like, it is harder.
It's people don't understand the difference between a brand like Nike to be recognized as that and have that brand equity. They just think they can start an e-com shop and it's like, I'll get a million things. But there's heaps of opportunity to. That's the starting point. Because you get that capital to then go, like they might use your services and make a couple $100,000 in 6 months.
Yeah.
What they do with that capital after that.
100%. Yeah.
Using it wisely, you know what I mean?
And it is much like, you know, the obviously you're building a long-term brand. This is going to be years and years. It's much harder, like to, you know, drop shipping, and with the products that, you know, we select, we go for something that solves a problem. So it's something that will be good. You know, you might be able to run it for a couple of years, but it's not going to be a long-term thing where it's not going to be like your company, which is, you know, this could be around after you die, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like this could be, legacy, so it's not going to be like that. But if you want something like, you know, you find a product, run it for a year or two, you know, if you can make 10K a month for 2 years and then fuck it off and then, you know, get a start on the next thing, then that's cool too, you know? And
the way that you've set up, like I'm going to chat with you heaps off air as well. Because cool. I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
Just the lifestyle you can create from it. You're literally dictating how you're doing. You're not in the finance, which that gave you. You've done everything in your life to get to where you need to be in order to do what you need to do in the future.
100%. Yeah.
So gave you presence, time to be present.
Yeah.
So have you thought about that? Like, what's next on the cards for Teddy? Like big goals.
Are you talking occupation?
Occupation, all personal.
So right now, like, this is what I want to work on. This is what I want to put my time, energy, effort, and money into, creating the done for you service. So that's what I'm building out at the moment.
Is that what the brand's called? Done for you?
So no, that's just
that's
like
a sick name though.
Done for you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys the name off air, but
cool.
But yeah, anyone who's listening to this who's interested, just contact me on Instagram for now.
At Teddy Briggs.
Yeah, at Teddy Briggs.
You already know.
We'll give him a
blue
shout,
tick,
man.
baby. LFG. But yeah, so like that's the thing now, and that'll obviously, like, you know, like it's running now, like, but you know, building that into more of a bigger and better thing. That's what I'm putting my focus in. In terms of like other stuff, like
what's on the TV show cards? Is there anything?
Yeah, I will.
That's the personal. You've actually got your personal brand as well.
Yeah, so. I can't say too much, but like like little things I've done, but I've got some stuff coming up. So
unreal.
So we can
on
keep
TV
our eyes peeled.
Yeah, some TV stuff that we're.
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
No, we're in talks with at the moment. So you know, I'll do that because that's fun. Not dating anymore, because obviously
focus.
I gotta go, bro.
Oh, you gotta
Man's
go.
locked up.
So
excellent.
for the first time.
Yeah, wow.
She must be a special girl.
Yeah, she's a very special girl. So
awesome, bro.
That's what I'm doing. I love my like business side of things with the e-com stuff, and I really want to, you know, put a lot of energy into this done for you service, and then also, you know, my personal brand stuff. That's more for the fun type of thing.
Unreal.
You know, boxing. We'll see some fights. We'll see some fights.
Before you go into that, what's probably the biggest challenge you've faced, like in the business side of things, going through that, and how have you gotten through that?
I think it's like, it's hard to say what the biggest challenge is. I think the challenge has just been like learning business and learning that it's never just constantly like ascending at a steady rate. Like, I
think a massive part of that is learning how to make money and how to make money progressively come in all the time.
Are there any things that you did that put you on the right track?
I think putting the right people around you is very important, because like in my network of people, like, you know, it's pretty much all successful people, which is very helpful. And
why is that helpful? Are they holding you to account to be better? Because I find that with my really good friends, they're like, if I'm slacking off, they're like,
what are you doing, man?
What the fuck are you doing?
True. That like happens sometimes,
but they want you to be
also
better as well.
normalizing excellence. Normalizing excellence.
Nice.
If you're I look at it like, and you know, all right, I live in a in the Gold Coast. There's some parts of the Gold Coast that are not that nice. Right. So if you're in like Southport, actually, let's not name suburbs and hate on people. But like
Teddy gets cancelled.
Right?
Crack coast.
No, but you see people who are like, visibly do drugs, right? They hang out with other people. They're all like
birds
like that, right? So
together.
that's birds of a feather flock together. They normalize that. So you're not going to be thinking, what business can I start? You're thinking, all right, let's get some beers, it's do you have a cigarette? Like, that's where their mind is at. Now, like, most of my friends are millionaires, like pretty much all of them are millionaires.
Awesome. Yep.
And so therefore, being around them, the conversation, like even my girl said, like when I hang out with, people like Eli and Lester and things like that, who, Lester Javelona, he's a good follow on Instagram if you like flexing.
Love a good
Eli, things like that. People who are like successful, all the conversation, like 90% of the conversation is like productive. Even when we're just fucking around, it's like, thinking, oh, like, what about this? Oh, could we do that? And like, even my girl said, she was like, you guys talk about like money making ideas a lot.
Because it's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Which would be cool to bounce ideas off each other too, because you all would have a problem solving brain as well.
And makes, it's just like three minds in a room.
Yeah.
I love workshopping stuff out with mates.
So fun, bro.
Because
like, it actually is.
They're all from different areas.
Yeah, yeah.
And you all have a different way of thinking.
Have you thought about that? And you're like, nah.
Yeah.
And then you workshop it and you get to a thing, you walk away, but then you got to execute it. And that's where your really good friends go, did you do that?
Yeah.
Why haven't you done that? When are you going to do it?
And some of the ideas are shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
but you have to crack.
Yeah. yeah. But then sometimes you come up with it and you're like,
they hit.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. So I think that is, but that's not always like very easy to get. But I think, however you can sort of start mixing with people that are vibrating at a high level and thinking at a high level, and that can normalize. Like I recently went to like, cause my friends are, really successful, and I look up to them and I think they're great and stuff like that. I went to Melbourne a few weeks ago. And I hung out with some guys over there, and they were like proper rich. It wasn't like, oh, like you have a supercar. It was like, how many do you have? One guy was talking about buying a jet. Like they're,
Wealth. Wealth,
like
proper wealth.
Yeah, wealth.
Generational wealth.
There's like, I might have friends who are worth like 3, 4, 5 million. Like, but then there's these guys who are like worth 100 million. Like, you know what I mean? And there's a big difference. And then
what was that? What do you think that shift is to get apart from doing the work?
To that level.
Because I love speaking with billionaires.
Yeah.
Because they think and work very differently to most people. Like I know I was having a conversation with some good friends on the weekend, and one of them knows a couple of billionaires, and we're asking about how they interact. So one of them does not have any phone calls, doesn't even have a phone number, and they're only via text, and they have multiple assistants that work in different ways. And then the other person is always on the phone, texting, and communicating that way to be as productive and effective as possible. Yeah. So having a chat with those guys. Yeah. Did you get any of those insights?
Bro, this is like 4 weeks ago. I got advice that like I might not hear for other people listening, but it hit me, and also because I was like hanging out with this dude, and he was like, this guy's like rich as fuck, right? And he just liked me. I met him through a friend. He just liked me.
You were genuine. That's
why.
And
he was like, because
they see through all the bullshit. They get fucking it out the woodwork as well.
Like, and also like when you're, and you guys would be the same, when you're doing well, or like you're like, you have aspirations, you don't get jealous. You just get like motivated, or like when I meet people, I get so excited,
I get goosebumps multiple times tonight, man.
Yeah. And I get really like, if I meet someone like really successful, they go like all this stuff, I can't help. I just want to talk to them, you know? And I'm like, oh, that's so good. Like,
fanboy.
I'm like heavy breathing, like, and this guy, and that's the thing. This guy's like rich as fuck, like supercars, everything, like, real estate, all that kind of stuff. And he was like, oh, what time's your flight tomorrow? And I was like, oh, like 3 o'clock. He's like, oh, do you want me to take you to the airport? And I was like,
yes, please.
Yeah, but I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you don't have other shit to do? Like, I know that his time is super valuable, And I was like, you don't have to, bro. Like, and he's like, no. Like, I'll pick you up. We'll get some lunch and go to the airport. And I was like,
how nice.
Awesome.
And I like, because I was asking him a lot of questions and I was wanting to know his story and things like that. And he said to me, and he got this advice from someone else. He goes, so I was like, what changed? Because he was telling me like up until like 5 years ago, he was like struggling to make ends meet. And then it all like just went massive, right? And his advice to me was, you need to look at money. Like every dollar like that you have to your name is a worker. Mm-hmm. And what's a worker's job? It's to bring in money for the boss. So he goes, if you have $10,000 in your bank account, you have 10,000 workers. If you have $1 million, you have 1 million workers. That's why rich get richer, and poor get poorer because poor people don't have workers, right? So they don't have money to work for them. So, you know, and as you make more money, it's easier to get richer because you have more workers. So he was like, stop thinking about money as an exchange for goods and services. Obviously, we have to eat, we have to pay rent, we have to do that shit. Yep. But in terms of the other money, like you need to be sending that shit out, like for everything. And he was telling me all the different investments he had. I remember he had a Rolex on, right? And I was just like, oh, I love your watch. And he was like, oh, yeah. He was telling me about the other watches he had. And I was like, oh, that's dope. I'd love to be able to just buy it. Like, cause I have, you know, like some watches that are nice, like, it's like a 10K watch or whatever. Yeah. And, but yeah, like he had all these ones, like he was naming, he had like 10 Rollies and stuff. And I was like, oh, I can't wait till I get to that level. And he was like, why don't you just buy them, bro? And I was like, oh, well, you know, like when I get a bit more up more, then I'll feel better about buying them. And he was like, you realize a Rolex you can buy today and sell tomorrow for 10K more. Yeah. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, so why don't you just buy them whenever they have them like at your local Rolex? Like, why don't you just do it? And I was like, oh shit. Like he goes, do that, bro. Like send your money out, like buy stuff that increase in value. Like, you know, don't keep money in your account, like keep enough to be safe. And then everything else, just like invest, buy shit that appreciates, start new businesses, like, and he's like, that's how you get to like rich. And I was like, since then my mindset changed a lot. Like,
how cool.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So what does this guy do?
He had like 5-6 different things on the go. Yeah. So
he was like, businesses.
Yeah, he had
and investments of all types.
Yeah. Wow. And it was just a G. So
I always find as well, because those people give advice freely in normal interactions like that.
Yeah.
On the basis that motherfucker's never going to action off. So when you you were actually
absorb engaging, it, retain it, and use it,
engaging and asking genuine questions, because they know straight away.
They know.
You're either a leech or you're someone who's like really curious, and they'll give you some tidbits.
Yeah.
And if you execute and then you go back and go, hey man, I did this and it fucking was amazing, then that's when they'll like spend that time
respect
with
you, and then they're like,
well, they want to bring you up.
They do.
They're good people. They,
like you and your friends do to each other.
Yeah. And I think, man, I'm like, you know, like that. I think that's so cool. Like, and yeah, that's why. Yeah, it's just cool when people like, they don't get anything out of that really.
Yeah.
But like they're a good person. Same as why like I respect Eli so much, why I respect this guy, why I respect, you know, people that are willing to help without getting a direct return on like time investment.
Yeah.
They're just doing it because they know some stuff that can help you, so they give it to you. I think that's fucking dope, bro. Like I try and do it too, you know, like.
But it's adding value. Or again, we had this conversation last week when people are always thinking about getting money, earning money.
Yeah.
I had that shift where it was all about giving service, giving value.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the money starts flooding in because you're actually doing it for good causes.
And they feel that you're giving them a lot. So the money that they're buying your products for doesn't seem like anything because they're like, they're more focused on what they're getting, you know.
Absolutely.
Like, it's like when you go into a meeting and they talk about they're selling you a service and they talk about the price of the service, like, and you can tell they're like, you're like, oh, so what do I get again? And they're like, yeah, it's 10K, like, you know what I mean, or it's 50K, and you're just like, oh, you're focused on that. Like, I think for sales, you know, like talking about sales and things like that, value. Make sure you're packing
Huge value.
Huge value. That my principle is like, if you give people so much value that they feel stupid to say no, then you've hit the mark, you know, correct. Because like you don't want people to be like, oh, I guess I'll do it, and then, you know, people like they feel pressured into doing something. You want to give them so much value that they're like, listen, like,
I'd be stupid not to do this.
I can't not do this, like, you know. And I think that's key, you know, that makes selling easy.
100%. Is there anything? I just forgot my question. That's all right. Anyway, I think that'd be my good way to end it.
Yeah, this is a great podcast. Thank you guys. I love you both.
So much
thanks for coming on, Teddy. It's been awesome, man. It's been good
pleasure.
to get someone outside of the demographic that we, you know, have said that we're going to interview. Hugh Grover last week. The other guys were getting in and get an insight into the life of Ted.
Yeah, man. Really appreciate your
Sweet
time
life of Ted.
Excited. If you want to check Teddy out, what's your Instagram?
At Teddy Briggs on Instagram. Blue tick at Teddy Briggs on everything. Hit me up. Yeah.
Awesome. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap,
Thanks
guys.
So
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming, Teddy. And Luke, finish us off.
Luke, finish me off. And soundbite.
So good. Oh man, how good.